Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Run It Back. We've got Lou, Will, Chandler P, Michelle P, and we've got some springtime love going on
You
here.
are lying. This shirt is wrinkled.
It's almost like you've...
That's all me. That's just Doug Christie, that one to the sky, Lou. Just accountability.
But it does make your eyes pop.
Me.
Was that the plan?
Oh, that was the whole point.
Do my eyes pop?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Guys, we've got some basketball to talk about today. Some good, some bad, some awesome.
I almost wore my Pistons hoodie today.
Today would have been an interesting day to do
Oh.
it, but Cavs, slow them down. 113-109. No Donovan Mitchell, by the way, for Cleveland. Jalen Tyson finished with 22. Harden had 18, 7, and 6. Duran with 24 points. Cade had a weird night, 10 points, which is a season low for him. What's kind of crazy, Lou, is that we had that quote like a couple days ago where the Cavs were basically saying that the Pistons are, quote, not in their class, which, again, we don't know who said it, but it's out there. But a win like this, it makes them look kind of cool.
No, but
For now.
to me, it was a regular night in the life.
Okay.
You know, nobody plays spectacular. Somebody has to win the game, and it was Cleveland last night. You know, Cade didn't have his best night, but the guys on the Cleveland side, they'll probably wish to play a little better. You know, James Harden wasn't as efficient as he wanted to be. No Donovan Mitchell. So this wasn't a statement game for me for either side. This was just a regular season basketball game. As far as classes are concerned, I'm with JB on this one. Put an address on it, put a name on it. Other than that, this is nothing no more than just another night in the life. But I thought the Cavs took care of business. But again, it's not a statement game for either side for me.
Yeah, Bigger Staff said what we said all along, like enough with the like
so
say it.
Put an address on it.
If you have something to say, say it. And again, obviously this was no extra motivation. And like Luda said, this was kind of a sloppy game. Somebody had to win this game. I do think this is a reason why the Cavs are very scary, right? They are deep. The 2 additions that they made, the 3 additions that they made at the deadline are really, really good. Now they all of a sudden have this depth. They have so many different ways to hurt you. They have so many different ball handlers. And there's a reason why they sit there at the top now, tied with Boston, at plus 260. So there's a reason, because we can see the talent. And I talked about this the other day with Fizz. It's like, when you look at, God, how does that happen?
Don't get distracted. Just go.
And like, talent versus toughness. Like, no doubt Cleveland is way more talented than the Detroit Pistons, but that doesn't necessarily translate to wins. In a game like this where it's sloppy, it did. And again, they have more weapons, they have more shooting, they have more offensive capability to them, but that doesn't mean they're a better team. I think that's what goes into the odds when you're looking at it, because you just look at the names, you look at the talent, and the Pistons are a really good team, but it's talent versus toughness.
What is the class, though?
Yeah, what is the class?
What is the class?
I don't
Because
understand
it's hard for me to buy into a team not in your class that's 7.5 games up on you.
They've been better than you all year long, so they're in a different class than you.
And neither one of these teams have recent championships or deep playoff runs that you can reference to separate one from the other. Yeah, it's a weird statement, but again, nobody has come out and claimed this statement that would matter in the Cleveland Cavaliers organization or their locker room. Nobody has claimed this coming.
Yeah, Kenny Atkinson.
And JB said it. If you mean it, don't put an anonymous on it. Say it with your chest and stand out on it. And so far, nobody has said it. So we shouldn't put much stock in it.
Here's the thing, like, if I was on the Cavs, I would feel confident that we can beat this team and we have way more weapons.
So you do feel like it's a class.
So then you do think they're...
I'm just saying, if I'm them in that locker room, yeah, I think that we can compete, and I think we are the best team in the Eastern Conference. I think we got started off on the wrong foot. I think we got a slow start, and now I think we got much better at the deadline. And yeah, I do think I'm going in confident that we can beat no matter who we get matched up with. A lot of times it's matchups. Who do you get? What seed does it matter?
But why would they think that?
I don't think it matters with Cleveland, because I think they are oozing with confidence. I think they truly believe that they are the best.
So they should call out everybody, not
team.
necessarily just Detroit.
Well, they went at the top dog.
Why didn't say anything about Boston? Like, Boston's up there going to do New York.
Well, I think the point is, if they're at a different class than Detroit, they're a different class than everybody. Detroit's the clear-cut best team in the Eastern Conference during the regular season, right? That doesn't mean anything for the playoffs. And I think that's what Cleveland is saying, that we're not scared of you, basically.
But that's why I'm not putting too much into the statement. Nobody has claimed it, and
no one claims that we shouldn't talk about it, but it's something.
I think we should talk about it.
Let's play some playoff basketball, and we'll see what classes are what. Now, if Cleveland goes out and proves it, by all means, stand on it. But right now, we have an anonymous quote from an anonymous source. What are we doing?
Can I ask you this, though? Because I do love the idea of bulletin board material, and even though JB also he said it, he's like, it's anonymous, who cares? However, come playoff time, do you still draw from this anonymous quote?
Oh, yeah. You
Okay,
draw
so
from
there,
anything.
there you go.
But you draw from anything.
Okay.
It doesn't take much to get us going, especially in the playoffs when any and everything that you can use to hype a team up, you're going to use it. So anonymous or not, even JB said this is going to come up in conversation again if they get matched up with the Cavaliers.
And knowing JB, he is such a good motivator that, like, even if he's saying this, he's feeling it, and he wants this team to know, and he is, good Lord, what just happened there? Sorry, Beetle, Mr. Mouth.
My bad.
No doubt he is using this as, you know, not that they need any more motivation, but he's definitely.
So he would.
He's a
that guy.
personal guy. He doesn't forget. Even his
like
history
that.
with Cleveland, like, not saying that he hasn't moved on, and neither have they, but like.
No.
That's in the back of his head that this team.
That's a better storyline than this anonymous source.
Fired him.
That's a much
like,
better story than
like,
an anonymous source.
Yeah, so I do think if he draws Cleveland in the first or not the first round, the second round or whatever, it's going to mean more than any other team in the Eastern Conference.
There are a lot of
sure.
stories if that's what we get in the second
100%.
round. God, I hope that's what we get in the second round.
I'm in.
By the James Harden addition, I think that's the obvious one, right? That's the splashiest name. But the fact that Schroeder and Ellis are both there as well, are we not giving that enough love, Lou, as far as what Cleveland did and added?
If we aren't, we should. You know, Dennis Schroeder is an obvious pro. The way that he can carry this team and just be a stand-in, as you can see in these clips right here, can get to the rim at will. He's a guy that can break down defenses and make plays for himself and other guys. And he's a three-point threat at the three-point line. So when you add somebody like that to give you depth and give you another look on the offensive end and on the defensive end, he's a two-way player and he's a tough-nosed guy. He gives you that toughness. He gives you something different on both ends of the floor. And we can make the same case with Keon Ellis on the defensive end. You got another guy that can slash, that can get in your paint, and can break defenses down. So to go out and get these guys from a situation that wasn't working for them and to bring them in and turn them into valuable pieces for a championship run, it was well done by Cleveland.
Yeah, and I love Darius Garland. I love DeAndre Hunter, but I do think they got better. I think come playoff time, when they take away Donovan Mitchell, when they take away James Harden, Dennis Schroeder is another valuable asset where he can handle, he can make plays, he can create offense. A lot of guys don't have that in their game, in their package. He is a guy that you can put the ball in his hands at the end of the game to initiate offense, to get out in transition. So he gives them a completely different look and a completely different level of speed and transition basketball that they didn't necessarily have before. And Keon Ellis, he was one of the hottest names at the trade deadline.
I was going to say.
And they got him. He's just a 3-and-D, another shooter. He's not going to create quite as much as a James Harden or Dennis Schroeder or Donovan Mitchell. But, man, he's
down to do the dirty work.
He's just another guard that can lock up, that can, kind of hide James Harden in ways defensively and cover for him. And so those are two really good pickups, and we obviously know what James Harden can do.
We do. We are aware of his game. Lou, you spent a little time with Kenny Atkinson. What is he? How's he as a motivator?
He's one of those coaches that he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty with you. He's very active in practice. He's a great communicator. He's one of the guys, right? Like sometimes you can be in the locker room or you can be on a team, and it feels like it's the coaches versus the players. Like they have a different mentality or different goals than the team has, and you kind of have this thing. Kenny Atkinson is one of those guys that you trust that he's all in with you as a player and as a coach. And he was very instrumental in me in getting back on my feet when I tore my ACL. He was my player development coach. He was the guy that was out there rebounding for me, going through drill work for me, and nothing has changed since he's been the head coach. So he just has the pedigree of a head coach, of a guy that you know that he's willing to do the work side by side with you, somebody that you can trust if things get tight in the foxhole.
Yeah, it's always different when you have that relationship with an assistant coach, and then he turns into a head coach.
Yeah.
And
he turns into a completely different person.
Exactly. So I love the fact that he has stayed consistent. He's a player's coach. I mean, listen, I was so bummed when they fired JB.
Sure.
They bring this guy in, he wins Coach of the Year. So clearly he is on the right path. Again, their slow start kind of, all the expectations we had for them kind of slowed that down again in the beginning, but now we're starting to see them play the level of basketball that we saw them play last year. And again, this team is deep. They can hurt you. Offensively, they are explosive. They have so many different weapons. And now with those bigs, like if I'm Jared Allen, if I'm Evan Mobley, I'm so excited to have all these new guards that can create and make the game that much easier for me going down the stretch here.
By the way, he's also Eastern Conference Coach of the Month for February. He went 8-3, so that's a nice little accolade. There was a moment between Schroeder and Cade Cunningham last night. Take a listen.
No, don't talk to me now. I tried to call you. You didn't answer the phone. Got the MVP chance. Now you're not answering the phone no more, huh? I got you, though.
Man,
Change.
he's a talker.
People change.
I love it.
He's also been on like every team in the last 5 years.
All of the teams.
He's got a lot of relationships.
This is the most kind that I've seen him ever
that's
talking to a
nice.
guy. So it was nice to hear him say something nice to a guy in another uniform.
Who are those guys that just, because I feel like he's just one that constantly is yapping. Is there?
I mean, Patrick Beverly was one that just didn't shut up.
yeah.
Draymond Green talks a lot. Just people like that you know. Those are kind of the more known ones. Do you have like an underrated one? Like a low
Underrated.
Yeah, who talks the most when you're playing Lou? Or to
Man.
you?
Montrezl Harrell was a talker.
Okay.
Pat Bev, like he mentioned, was a talker. I'm old enough to be in the KG days. I'm old enough to be in the Sam Cassell days. You know, those are some guys that I know that they just won't stop talking, whether good, bad, or indifferent. And Dennis Schroeder's another one. But it's not as nice as these came off.
Play against Sam Cassell.
I did. I actually retired Sam Cassell.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
No, not nice.
He'll tell you.
Who talked? Did somebody specifically, like when you were playing them that night, you're like, oh God, he's gonna be talking to me the whole time? Was there one?
Before Pat Bev and I were teammates, he was one.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one. He liked the challenge of trying to talk me out of my game. Never worked, by the way. But he was one of those guys that I knew this is going to be a conversation we have to have all night long.
So how does
Nate
that work?
Robinson was another guy.
Really?
That always talked. Nate Robinson.
So Pat Bev talks smack to you the whole time, then all of a sudden you guys are in the same locker room. Do you address it or you just keep it?
And we were besties after
knew
that.
that.
Just kinda
We had
like
one little dust up our first practice, and we got on the same
Okay.
page, and it was very understood after that.
That seems so easy and peaceful.
Just one of those guys you hate to play against, but then you love when he's on your side. Dylan Brooks type.
I could see that. I could tell. Like Draymond Green.
Like I played, Dylan Brooks was my rookie in Memphis, and then playing against him later I was like, who is this guy? I didn't raise you this way.
And you. I did not raise you this way.
What happened to you?